Professor Ashton, very sorry. I think Ibu Titing have a technical problem. So for the first time, I will give some time for Professor Anok Mariani as our head of S.Pd.M.MBA to give a short welcoming speech. Time is yours, Professor Anok Mariani, please.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Ibu Nova. Terima kasih buat partisipan yang hadir pada kesempatan ini. Selamat pagi dan salam sehat semua. The Honorable Lecturer and all the participant in this event of International Short Course Eurasia Community and Tourism Sustainable Development with the term challenges for tourism. Thank you for attending our event, and I wish we are healthy. I would like to appreciate my gratitude to our speaker from National Institute of Development Administration, Thailand, Associate Professor and Ashton Ph.D. Thank you for spending your time to share your experience through participant in this event. This event is collaboration between S.Pd.M.MBA Bandung and Eurasia, Japan. This season, Prof and Ashton will resume sustainable development post-COVID-19. I think this term is very interesting because we know during pandemic, the tourism dropped drastically. All destinations, we hope post-pandemic tourism can be raised and tourist mobility return to normal. Through this short course and guest lecture from Ms. Ashton, we get solution to increase tourism, especially lift up sustainable tourism in Indonesia and the other countries in the world. Therefore, once again, I would like to thank you for your participation, and I do hope all participants listen well and enjoyful learning with this webinar. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm so sorry, it was a technical problem, Prof. and Prof. Nok. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Anok Mariani, for the welcoming speech. And now this is time for us to listen to the presentation of the 14th session. But before that, I would like to read a short profile from the speaker, the Associate Prof. Answari Ashton, Ph.D. Let me start screen about her. All right. Okay. Prof. Ann now is Associate Dean for Administration Graduate School of Tourism Management from National Institute of Development Administration, Thailand, and her Ph.D. in Hospitality in the School of Tourism, University of Queensland, Australia, in 2007 until 2010. And also she is active in some editorial board members for journal, like Chief Editor of Journal of International Anti-Tourism Graduate School of Tourism Management, National Institute of Development Administration. And also she is very productive in research projects like held by Ministry of Higher Education, Science Research and Innovation. And when I see her biodata, she has also full of achievement and also has expertise in wellness tourism development, spiritual tourism development, destination branding development, hotel restaurant co-branding, human resources management in the hospitality industry. And the other achievement is in paper work, publication, book, and journal. And the topic today will be about wellness tourism sustainable development post-COVID-19. This is a very interesting topic. Hopefully all participants can enjoy and also prepare the question, because Prof. Ann will be happy to answer or respond to questions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Prof. Answari Ashton, Ph.D. The time is yours. Prof. Ann, yes. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, Sawadika from Thailand. And it is a very great honor to recognize my expertise area. And we've been talking together so long time with Titing, and I think she probably know very well about my research area and also my lifestyle. For the last 3 or 4 years, I have been doing research in wellness tourism, And also now, so different outcome from different projects under wellness tourism had been written in book chapters and also in the publication and along the way. And I'm very glad today that I have opportunity to share those current research and also about my lifestyle of doing as a wellness. So thank you so much for the very deep detailed introduction about my background. And actually, I am Thai, but I've been living in overseas for 15 years and have some experience in research and in life of doing research as well. So hopefully today I can share some of those experience and current research to all the young junior and all the colleagues. So just let's say I am sharing, not teaching. So, and I'm humble to accept any comments that I can go to improve my research area and about, for the better tourism sustainability, and especially about focusing on wellness. So let me start that by sharing my PowerPoint. So okay. Please let me know if you can see my PowerPoint now.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. So as we today, that I'm so excited. When I asked Titing that who will be our audience and what topic that I can share under wellness tourism, which is exactly what I'm doing now. So I have a 10 project under wellness tourism in different topics. For example, aging, about retirement activities for wellness, and talking about adventure tourism and yoga tourism and spiritual tourism, which is all under wellness tourism. So I was so honored to be honest. I really honored to be here. Thank you so much to giving me opportunity, Titing. Thank you to you too. Okay, the topic today, I would like to talk about the wellness tourism sustainable development post-COVID-19 and the next new normal. As you already know that I'm from Thailand. I work in the NIDA, we call NIDA, a short one, National Institute of Development Administration. Just to add up a little bit of my university background, NIDA is one of the first postgrad university that established by our late King Rama IX. We just celebrate our 56 year on the 1st of August. No, sorry, 1st of April. So it's the only postgrad that we have, that we have master degree and PhD only. And it's a government university, and everyone think that it's private, but actually our government university is only one in Thailand. Only two in Thailand. I think we have only master and PhD. So we focus firstly on the public administration, and after that, we expand the faculty in our university, or total 11 faculty and one research center. Our school is only 10 years, but we've been recognized as by TEDCOR in the National World Standard Curriculum, and that based on different factors that to receive that certificate. So I just would like to inform and acknowledge my university. All right, so for the outline today, I would like to cover first is about the post-pandemic trends and some of the development, especially in Southeast Asia, what a unique geography that we have that related to well-being and can be developed wellness, sustainable tourism, and how we can apply sustainable development goals to a wellness destination tourism. The purpose of wellness, and I will propose some of case study that I have conducted last 3 years only some example. I think is if every project might be we have over the time, maybe next time we can extend. And recently about my experience, I explore in Nepal, talking about the adventure tourism and wellness. And I will show some of the case study that how can we develop in different activities into a wellness sustainable tourism. So the post-pandemic, as we know, that is disrupt us. We are already now in the new normal time, in the new normal life. And after the world back to normal, I think we have to adapt ourselves again, into the normal previously that we have in our life, but it will be in different way. I'm sure now we all prepare about that. And I'm very sure that academic around the world, especially Southeast Asia, we already ready, but we just need to put together. And I'm sure that what we have done today, it's a very, very good to start our work together. We cannot work alone. We cannot go alone. We need to be hands in hand and develop this together. So that the trend, we will talk about the outdoor spacing. We have IT play important part in the wellness tourism. And again, we still need to be realized on sustainable and authentic environment. Some new amenity for our tourism and product and services. And of course, the majority is everywhere is concerned about health, well-being in a destination. First of all, that, you maybe realize that aging society and wellness activities is become part of everyone talking, so as you see, the people live longer, way of life is changing, healthy food are demand, wellness activity development need to be put in place in everywhere. And I think including in Indonesia as well, well planned of how can we get more travel, but still be healthy. If you see from the statistic of demographic shift from aging society, the birth rate is decreased, and then the people live longer, and the next 4 or 5 years, we will have more people retirement and ability to expense in a top quality product and service. If we know how to capture this group, stakeholders, new hotel and tourism, like the student who are sitting here, you will be our future. You will be our best excellent service provider. However, we have to understand about what is a trend. It will be changed from when I was younger. When I was younger, I was working in the hotel industry as a director HR in the Assoc group, Novotel Hotel, like 5-star hotel in Thailand, some work in Brisbane, in Australia. So those service and product we provide for them totally will be different from now. I think if I have to go back to work in those industry again, I still have to learn something new, the same time as your education that you are pursuing today. So demographic is totally changed. As you will see from this statistic, so the 1.6 billion, and among this group, senior over 65 of age, presented in older than 90 years. And as you can see now, the people who are age 50 to 60, considering 10 years ago, 50 to 60 is totally different. The people know how to maintain themselves, how to look after themselves, and that it's come from how to eat, how to live, and how to participate in the activities. And that the new service provider need to understand and provide the right thing for them. And work-life balance. More and more people nowadays, they try to think that life too short. I think as well from myself. And we need to work, but we need to find our leisure time, make our life happy, So the joy force of pandemic and the climate have accelerated this trend. And I believe that, people are nowadays work at home, perhaps maybe more productive than going to the office. But in some part, it maybe create some difficulty. I understand many of us here, my colleague is a lecturer, teaching in the on-site might be better. But, for the business people, mainly they need to have a good place to work. In Thailand, we have one of the companies said, actually, I thank to the pandemic, my company selling painting, everyone income going down, but my company is increasing because the people try to make their home into the office. They have to renovate their house. In the old day, they have to go to work every day. They don't bother about making a house is nice, So this kind of thing that I see the positive side of the post-pandemic. So work-life balance, it come in very important part for people, including the educator, including all the business. And also they have a research, talking about the well-being, and the people recognize that, since the end of the massive experiment, almost 90% in us, and this is the project, workers have either moved to a shorter working hour and gain the right to do. Iceland ranked second globally, paving the way. Before, this is some example. More and more people are joining the gym, as I can see based on from my experience, and also this is from the Global Wellness in 21st of September, last year. They're doing some research, and they found that more and more people are looking to maintain themselves, to join the gym, or even not join the gym, try to get out and make themselves become health well-being. One for instance, even look at from my family. When I go back home, some of my cousin and my sister, brother, they don't even care, and then gain their weight. They have big problem with the health. When I go back again, more than 50% of the family, they look healthier. And when we ask them, they feel that if they feel unhealthy, they will get in trouble more easier with the pandemic. And that's the starting point. So the evidence in the hotel in Thailand as well, some of the study from my student, both PhD and master degree, they found that in the hotel that turned the section of fitness into a real major service for the guests. The people going there, they're looking for a class, yoga class, or you're looking for the gym and training and something. We have that facility already, but nowadays they even more, they used to have a just temporary yoga teacher in the hotel, but now they put them in full contract, because there's the high demand of the people. And that one example of my student study said more aging people demand for that. They go out for a couple of days from Bangkok. They join the yoga class. They join the healthy food cooking. They do some activities. They're talking. They're doing some short meditation, and then they return to Bangkok. And this is where it to start, because that we don't have international. And then when domestic start to demand, we are selling more package about health well-being, and also in the fitness center. As you can see, some of the statistics here that increasing. And so that I focus on the Southeast Asia. Why is that? Firstly, I think that from my study, the attribute to develop wellness destination in Southeast Asia is more successful, but it doesn't mean in Western not successful. Firstly, I think that unique of the geography in Southeast Asia are already there. We just know how to put theory into practice together. We have very, very unique resources, So in my opinion, I wrote one book chapter. It will be published sometime next year, but I have put some content in this slide. I think you will be very first group to hear about that based on my research as well. So why Asian country is more popular for the wellness? Firstly, I think because religion, people daily life in the Asian country are most connected into body, mind, and soul and spirit due to our tradition, our culture, our religion, and every single day life, we all concerned about more serious about karma, about the way of life. And that is a core concept of developed wellness. Wellness, our most important thing is focus on not only good physical fit, but also about mind, body, spiritual retreat. Core value and belief system integrated more emotional and feeling of morality for the factors to develop wellness tourism. I done some research and I found several countries have a unique resources. So for example, in China, the unique and famous, it can be Chinese medicine, acupuncture, or about the Qigong, about or other Chinese exercise. So most of this kind of unique, it doesn't come from recently, but it been in the country for years. So it in their life, so they can bring this to be sustainable and wellness. Sorry. And it's unique, and we can also bring this to develop and to make it sustain and become culturally sustainable, and also use this a unique healing process for our health well-being in life. Not about curing, not about sickness, but it's about preventing and maintain about that. In apart from China, I found that some research, they're talking that the policy and regulation of health wellness tourism in China since 2016, China National Tourism Administration, they're doing some health wellness tourism, and then they issue or support policy and kind of promote the wellness tourism as from this table. Apart from that, in India, India is one of a destination that famous for especially about religion and about spiritual retreat. In Thailand, when we talk about Buddhist religion, we also want to go to India. So India also have resources. They can promote that it's better, and then also they can use so many destinations that is famous for Buddhism, and also it can be developed as a spiritual tourism. As I mentioned, spiritual tourism is not necessarily have to be religion, but it related to non-religion spiritual tourism as well. One of the world famous, record in the youngest one, they call Reiki. Reiki is one of spiritual tourism healing to release the stress. So I think it's the founder of this Reiki, I think it's come from Japan, but it been spread around the world. That is one of example of the activities. Sri Lanka, as you will see that go back to have a look, Sri Lanka has a high potential to develop as wellness tourism destination. It is another country that promote regarding Ayurvedic favor. They promote their destination as a wellness, as using their ingredient or their food or some kind of the herb medicine integrated into the food. And then they promote that as a destination of a wellness to recover body, mind, and soul as well. Apart from Sri Lanka, and another destination that also heavily promote in their wellness is Jeju Island. So they have healing nature and healing meditation, beauty and spa. As Jeju Island is it's a volcanic country. That have a rich resources and destination and still very conservative. So they also doing a wellness destination promoted for the tourists to go there and participate. Another country is Yin and Yang, Vietnam. They also use their 5 elements of Vietnamese cuisine to promote their wellness destination. They use Yin and Yang as a famous or healthiest food Vietnamese. You know, it includes that 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. They brought into the Vietnamese cuisine, you know, and if everyone try the Vietnamese food, they will have a lot of herb and vegetable in that. So the country used this concept to promote their destination as a wellness destination. Of course, in Nepal, recently I visited Nepal for 1 month doing my yoga teacher course, and I qualified to be a yoga teacher as well. But the interest about that, I also doing some research project, interview those people who participate in the yoga school, and there are some results, you know, so maybe they will get together soon. But Nepal is one of most famous because they have, of course, everyone know that Mount Everest, you know, and it's a Buddha birthplace, as they claim. And there are many evidence that support destination wellness sustainable for the people who are going there, to recover, to maintain and explore their life. The country still have conservative, you know, you go out from the countryside, they still have dirt road, many, you know, if you like bitumen road, and everything had been done, and that Nepal is still have many things to develop. But in my opinion, that the conservative and the sustainable is still there, but you know, they like that way. When I get there, I feel that it's so rich destination for wellness, especially spiritual. There are many Assoc and many yoga training school in those area that can cater for the people who are willing to do that. And also about the physical fit adventure, you know, the people want extreme. One thing that the tourists want is how can they get memorable experience for lifetime, to go have experience in Nepal by trekking on the Himalaya, one of the achievement, and also you learn from the original school of the yoga and meditation. Apart from Nepal, another country I found that is Bhutan. Bhutan is a country having significant advantage of resources for wellness destination. The development has introduced well-being policy, you know, recently they call cross-national happiness into the nation plan. They have some unique resource. You can go for meditation, and you can go for the Buddhist practitioner in Bhutan. If you ever know that Bhutan is a country that ban all the cigarette, they try to keep their country to be sustained as much as you can. And recently, I do some research. The country banned to people to marry with foreigner, you know. But I know maybe this one not unethical. I don't know. But the information that we learn from that, they just want to keep the country like eco-tourism destination. But now they're still closed. But the rich culture of the country, it serves as a very good wellness destination due to the way of the leader, you know, the way of the country geography, and the unique of the resources and environment that support to be a wellness. Because wellness destination is about nature, it's about sustainable, it's about peaceful, it's about live in nature without any others modern thing to disturb them. So that after that, you know, so apart from the geography of the country that can serve as a wellness destination, we can do some other study more if you like, you know, so that how can we make the SDG, or we call Sustainable Development Goal, and apply into tourism sustainable destination and selling as a wellness destination for the tourists. So when we do a wellness destination, doesn't mean that the people who are not wellness cannot join that. The main reason is we want all those people who don't realize or who don't have time, they can absorb about wellness in their life automatically when they go to join with the wellness package in the other country or within the country. So that I use these 6 essential elements to deliver the SDG. I'm talking about, when you will develop, you need to think about people, to ensure healthy life, knowledge, and not only about normal people, but we focus on women and the children as well, must not be left out. Dignity, we need to help each other to end up the poverty, create the equal right and prosperity, to grow strong, inclusive information and economic. Nowadays, many countries had business, going down and the people are suffer. How can we make them to recover but be sufficient? Economy philosophy, like in Thailand, we use that and we slowly recover, but perhaps the way of developed economy might be changed from the past. Justice, to promote safe and peaceful. How can we live together peacefully? Society and a strong institution. We need to work together, collaborate, partnership, create global solidarity for sustainable development as we are trying to doing now. And of course, the planet. We need to protect our ecosystem and we need to keep it maintained. One person cannot do that, but we have to help each other. So the basic foundation of 6 elements of the SDG, and how can we take that into a wellness destination development? Tourism sustainability approach post-pandemic through wellness tourism development. As you can see, wellness tourism destination sustainability, how can we do a planet better? Protect our planet is wellness. We need to use the main element to develop is about be in nature, live in a peaceful. So wherever you will build your resort for wellness, you need to create some kind of more tree, environment have to be in a nice peaceful. So it's impossible that you will destroy rather than you create more plants the tree. You need to end poverty is mean that, I will tell later in the slides, we're talking about the wellness are going more and more into the community. Local wisdom, we use that to integrate as a product for the wellness. We make sure the local life have good quality. You can live in the harmony. You have to support by the government, the stakeholders. For example, here, wellness attribute. Firstly, you need to think about 5 attributes of the wellness, including physical well-being, mental well-being, social well-being, spiritual well-being, and emotional well-being. And also the segment that we need to focus. We have a millennial, active aging, and pre-retirement. So millennial people is those who are born between 1980 to 1990, or if you talk about now who is millennial like Gen Y, the person who are in generation Y or millennial will be aged between 25 to 41. If you calculate the age in 2022, as active aging, like I said, 50 plus is the age that will be majority with the retirement. So how can we make them join the wellness destination tourism? So this is what we will focus. And then, give the role of SDG, take the skill and knowledge. We need to teach stakeholders more, especially community. One of my study, we found that local community are willing to have tourists there, but they don't know how to do it. They don't have the skill, they have the resources. Some of them know about, for example, like Thai massage. People learn from in the old day, they are just like a intelligent way, they have a tacit knowledge, the skill, a hidden talent. But when we will turn those into the tourism product and wellness product, they don't know how to manage that. So the most important thing, as we are sitting here, educator, lecturer, researcher, and the student in the postgrad or undergrad, you need to give them knowledge and skill about that. And then they can develop together, and then they can have some income and become sustained. So let me describe a little bit about what is a wellness tourism mean and what is the wellness definition. Basically, I found that wellness definition is about a lifestyle oriented toward optimal health and good feeling. Its well-being, body, mind, and soul have to be united. It is an active lifestyle. It's guaranteed your health, happiness, and then you have your own self-actualization. Wellness tourism, on the other hand, is mean that a journey whose main goal is the achievement of balance, harmony of person well-being, especially they want to be fit in their physical, they can maintain the mental. When you have crisis, you can deal with the crisis. You have emotional, not be negative. Always try to find the good thing in every situation. Social interaction, that they can be part of the society, they can do some volunteer, they can be benefit, so make them have feel good in themselves. Of course, if you don't have spiritual retreat, nothing we can be healthy. We have our dirty clothes, we wash that. If we have dirty mind, how can we do that? So my study said that the most important thing to retreat spiritual is meditation, be in the society and peaceful, stay with yourself. You think about your realization about life, so I'll have some example later. This is my propose about the activities, wellness activities. If we will go to read a lot of journal article and many people talk about the thing, but it does not conclude and make you more confusing. What is this wellness is about? You can be said, oh, wellness is spa. Some people even said that, Professor Han, wellness is about only for the luxury people life. Wellness means the people who have money. You can go to be in the nice resorts. You live in a 5-star hotel by the sea, 360 degree seeing view, and then you enjoy your spa and massage with the luxury food. Actually, in my term, I argue that wellness is not just for luxury or rich people. It can be from people who have low income to high income, people who have no degree to high degree, or from all kind of people. They can have wellness. So the wellness concept, from my theory and my propose, is I classify activity into 4 activities that you can join. The first one, you develop that in terms of spa, beauty, and therapy, which includes, for example, you will provide spa bath, you have hot spring, you have massage, therapy, some others therapy, for example, like doing within the spa bath, and or acupuncture. The second activities for wellness is develop from sport, leisure for health, not competitive. But if that competitive lead to health, that I will regard that is for wellness. But you do sport and you heavily train yourself, you put yourself in a very straight to get the gold medal, to get the certificate, to hunt for the money. I don't regard that as a wellness. I regard as that is a business. So for the second activities for wellness, I propose that in anything to do with sport, you go to play tennis for health, you go to swim for health, you go for do adventure for health. So this sport for health is include with adventure tourism, long distance running for health, trail running, and leisure or recreation. The third one activity is I'm talking about provide some healthy food. In my study, I propose that we call slow food tourism, and I will explain later what slow food. We have organic farm. We point out some festival or event that based on healthy food or related to food in the ethnic food or whatever and have to be healthy. Street food, doing some study, but it can be turned into the healthy food. Of course, the last one that is talking about herbal medicine for health improvement. So these 4 activities, it can be developed and it can be offered to the tourism, to the tourists, and especially the next new normal. But you can choose, which one that you're comfortable, which one you want to join, which one you want to develop, and there we have a deep strategic management and practical purpose in each of the activities. Wellness activity case study. So I provide some of the case study. For example, we're talking about adventure and leisure activities, wellness for sustainable tourism. Recently, like as I mentioned before, I've been to Nepal, and I went to trekking, walked up to the Himalaya, they call Madi top peak, 4,500. So is that part of adventure? But I regard that as adventure wellness tourism. And I would tell that what is different. So the main thing that we're doing wellness tourism, adventure wellness tourism, that just we want to achieve our theory we call well-being of eudaimonic experience model. What does it mean, eudaimonic? If we ask ourselves, we are sitting here, what is your self-actualization? Or what can I ask another question, that what makes you happy the most? If you have that certain thing, you will die peacefully, or you will live peacefully, or you can be proud of yourself, and that your self-actualization. So well-being is about eudaimonic theory. It means that the people who have experience, which is completely feeling fulfillment of life, as well as achievement during and after traveling. Eudaimonic experience is composed of 6 attributes. Firstly, if you have your own self-acceptance, you have purpose in life, you have positive relationship, you have environmental mastery, autonomy, and personal growth. So this detail I will explain in the next slide, I think. It will be next slide, okay? So that my case study, I'm doing adventure tourism as a wellness by using eudaimonic 6 elements to determine your wellness. So adventure tourism, if in your opinion, you maybe think, oh, Professor, adventure is dangerous then. Adventure is about climb the tree, it's about climb the rock, it's about bungee jump, it's about do something in danger. But I argue that adventure tourism for wellness will be a new concept. As I have done some research, nothing yet had been written properly about using adventure tourism as a wellness activities, but there is a way to do it. So actually adventure tourism is about a leisure activity, can take place in unusual, exotic, remote, or wilderness destination, and tend to be associated with high level of activity by participants. Most of that is in outdoor. Millington defined as in that. So this gives some of example that I have adventure tourism in Nepal. I do trekking in the snow time, maybe mid of winter, very cold. And also I'm doing that as we call yoga trekking adventure tourism trip. I work there with the group of the yoga people who study in the school, and we so enjoying that, so people might be saying, oh, that's dangerous. So the adventure tourism can be separate in hard and soft adventure. First of all, I just like to see atmosphere a little bit of when I was up there, when we reached the top 4,500.
How can that be what you want to be? You're frozen when your heart's not open.
Okay. So when you see, you know, some of you, oh, how can it be wellness, right? So I think it depends on how can you set your personal goal. Like I said, eudaimonic experience, part of the well-being in life is you achieve your personal goal. Everyone goal not the same. Some of them might be okay, you have to reach to whatever level, but for some reason, some people said, if I can get to the base camp, or if I can walk, you know, that is my personal goal. For my definition, I don't mind that whatever level of the walk you walk up to, but it's about you evaluate yourself. How can you achieve by your own ability? If you can achieve that, that you reach your personal goal. And this is about the well-being in life. Sorry. Okay. I will give you some example. You know, type of the adventure tourism. They can be hard and soft. Hard adventure is about maybe take a high risk, but in terms of wellness, we will have the way how to prevent risk. We will need to provide some expert, or we will need to have people who have knowledge when you go on the trip. It can be danger, but if we know, have knowledge, if we prevent properly, that it's not going to be cost of life. So the activities can acquire the extreme commitment and superior, and sometimes have to be specialized skill. Soft adventure tourism are those activities that less dangerous, less risky, and maybe require low risk, low physical effort, and maybe undertaking by people who want to passive activities. And I give you some example here. You know, hard adventure, you know, climb the rock, and I see, you know, skydiving and bungee jump. But for the soft adventure, you can be go bushwalking, do some photographer, you canoe, you know, you walk into the forest, admire all the nature, and the track walk is not climb or not risk, something like that. And that is a soft adventure. So here that the way of how can we make adventure activity become wellness tourism? Many argue with me that how can we make adventure to become wellness, because adventure tourism is very risky. So in my opinion, not just only activities risky, it's about the destination and the development and the sustainable and the activity that you provide for them. Destination development will not destroy our environment. How to preserve nature, avoid cutting tree down, that is sustainable. You walk and then you enjoy the activities, or you not adventure from killing wildlife, you know, avoid or hunting the game, safe for security and physical. And the activities must support spiritual well-being. For example, if you know some destination you have go for adventure, come on, hunting. You know, you talk about go to, if you can get the biggest animals, you can get the award. And in some country, we have that adventure tourism by go hunt animal, and then you come out with 100 of the animal being killed, and then you give the award, and then you celebrate, and then you cheering people and give the medal, and you get the money. And that is not wellness adventure tourism. Adventure tourism must not kill the animal, must not harm must help together. When you walk into the forest, you know, you bring back your rubbish, you consider about how can you help the reserve the destination. So I see many countries, I've been the system of rubbish, you know, collect the rubbish, people take it out, but some countries you still throw away in the forest. So the wellness tourism have to be educate people. When you go to the forest, you need to understand that whatever the garbage you bring in, you have to bring out as well. And support the spirituals mean that you have to create the surrounding area that you can sitting there, and then you can discover yourself. You know, for example, I've been to the mountain, and I also do many meditation as well as yoga, and then as well as walking up until you reach to the top. The activities, you know, during you walk, you will see local and ethnic group. We can support them. This is a wellness, you know, you bring local income. You may be contact with local, okay, on day 1, on day 2, where you're going to reach, along the way, you will have community live there, the ethnic group. How can we bring them to have income from a wellness group, provide some good food, or bring them their money? They can have the development and in terms of economics, and support them to be living in the countryside or living in the forest, and they can have income to support their family, educate them, include the quality of life for them as well. Also spiritual, so I think that in the Nepal, where I went there, I went there with the Buddhist land. I have the
I am part
video
of
here.
the
Just want you to hear.
Yoga Nepal yoga tracking program, and now I'm here at the Buddha Stupa, World Heritage Site, a holy land, a holy place. I am here almost the end of the program, and I found that I am very relaxing. My spiritual has been fulfilled with a lot of energy, and I really thank you to the Assoc Yoga Nepal School, my master Prof, and Sanju, who look after me very well, and this program is wonderful. And if you would like to have spiritual renewal like me and spiritual retreat, that's most important for our life, please come and join our program, yoga, tracking, activities, and retreat.
And this program is actually one of a good example of a wellness destination sustainable by using yoga trip activities. You walk along the track and you practice your yoga, and then you have meditation and you enjoy environment, and then you reach to the top, and then you have your self-actualization. And again, as I said, depend on the ability. Another strategy proposed that I have been written in the book chapter and already published. So it's talking about strategic approach to spiritual tourism destination branding development among the millennial tourists. So what I propose is there are three main components to develop wellness, spiritual wellness destination. Spiritual tourism, you're talking about functional attribute. You have to think about, the place have to be peaceful. You have to give some service quality, human basic need, accommodation and food and water. And again, this one, they don't need 5 luxury star hotel. They don't need to have a big soft pillow, or they don't need to have internet and everything can be connected. But because you go to live in the forest, you need to live with the nature, comfortable basic need, and that is good for them. And this is from my study. But the most important thing that good leadership. If you go anywhere, you need to have, especially spiritual leadership. You can have people to guide you about being, when you do meditation, or when you do yoga, or even when you do some other activities. That is very important. But nowadays, in my study, its qualification of leadership is still lacking. So in the future, I propose that we need to develop more leader for wellness, not just about spiritual, in terms of, about food. So even the food every single day now, they say that, oh, we provide you healthy food, but sometimes when I see ingredient, that's not healthy. Or we have healthy food, you have to do a French fry, you have to do chips, you have to do deep fried fish. So that is not healthy. The concept of the people, they use the word, and then you falling for that. But when you see the process, and it's not about, not at all about the process of well-being, so that we need to educate that. Activities, you need to provide some activity that serve for the wellness. So another important destination for spiritual tourism is about psychology, create that image and feeling, to stimulate them to joy when they see something like wellness or symbol or any logo, make people want to go and create something in their mind. So for example, like if we talk about Thailand, one in the famous is we have massage, Thai massage and spa. When we talk about Thai massage, my study revealed that the most important and the most famous in Thailand is about Thai massage. And also it's about spa, because firstly, the unique way of doing that, and also the special of the service quality in our business, and that because of our culture. And the last one, spiritual tourism uniqueness is about wellness activities. Experience well-being, you have to make those attributes for them and respond to physical, mental, social, and emotional. And also the festival and event, meditation festival, yoga festival, religion ceremony. And I believe that many countries, if you go back to have a look at your own festival, you know, it will be linked into some kind of wellness, maybe food, maybe religion, you know, maybe some others festival that we can use to promote that. And this is one of a strategy approach that I written in the book, and also some research that had been conducted. Why use local wisdom? So this one is very important. I use the word local wisdom for creative tourism a lot. Local wisdom means, for example, something that is knowledge that we create in the old day, and we use that for living and to survive. You know, it's a basic knowledge, it's skill gained from living to balance with nature. And local wisdom is related to culture in the community, and it's accumulated, you know, and passed on to the generation and generation. Wisdom comes from experience, and it's come from real integrated with the body, environment, and spirit. It shows relationship of human nature, and human and supernatural, something that we unknown, but we believe and we value that. The most important thing that local wisdom, I think, is related to respect of the elders and their life experience, and is unique in each own country. In Thailand, north of Thailand, and southern part of Thailand, local wisdom is different because we been living in different environment. Maybe local wisdom in Japan and in Indonesia or in other country, you will have all that local wisdom. How can we bring that to promote as a wellness? Okay, this is one example. I went to the community-based tourism in the upcountry, and they provide me with the spa. They built, you know, the room there, and you can go in there. You know, my apology to open my body. This is a dress we use, but we are in local. So you know what they use in here? They have a very authentic stove, and then in that there they have 19 herbs, and then we inhale of that. You know, the people in the villager, they have knowledge about that. They tell us what kind of 19 herbs doing to our body. We go in there, you know, I pay only $2, 50 baht or $2. We stay there, and after we finish, you know, we have a herbal drink, and at the end of the night, you know, we enjoying that. So this is in local. So I think that this is one of a sample of any local village can do it. We can get real authentics. We can get help the people in that community to earn the money. We go in there that night, we go 5 person. So, you know, 5 person, $2, $10 for them, they can live on for a week. And the people are so happy. Basically, they don't think about money too much because all those herbs, they can pick it on from the yard. But how can we increase the value of their backyard into the wellness and be rich and value for the tourists? And this is one of example that we've been doing, exploring research in the community. You know, and this one, you know, like this is what we have in our country. I think maybe they have in Indonesia as well, or I'm not sure, but I think you probably know. And then we turn that into the spa. We use this as a spa. We're sitting there, and then, you know, the cost is very cheap, so less investment. This is one of quality development model for the spa tourism, and I done conduct a research for the government. Funding, the government fund our project, and this is just a strategic plan. This one about spa and health development to increase the service quality, so you're talking about, you need to consider about planning, understand the behavior inside the circle there. You have to understand the tourist decision making, that we plan what make them to decide to come, they look at the service quality, and during that they stay there, what they want, when they go back home, how they feel about the service, they want to come back. We need to think about the service quality. You need to think about the platform, in the stakeholders. You need to work together. You need to share data. You need to collaborate together, like in here, open wellness tourist data. The people can use. Consider about internal and external environment. You're talking about internal, you have to develop the skill, human resources. You have to talk about law and regulation, the environment, social culture, and then economic and politics. So this platform that I proposed to the Thai government to develop the spa in Thailand. And there may be some more detail later if you'd like to do. So this one I'm talking about, I'm going into the yoga trip. You can go to do that, you don't have to do extreme. You maybe go to the short walk for the a higher 1,000 level, or maybe just a environment-based camp, but you enjoy the activity. You don't have to be extreme. You don't have to be able to do yoga. You don't have to be able to extreme physical fit, but you want to enjoy that you can start from zero. So for some people that already advanced, you can increase that. I would encourage that if you are a service provider, you are the new future service provider, think about provide some that activities people can enjoy, the people can love about that. It may be a niche market, but in my opinion, it will be grow more and more. People need to have mind recovery. People want to enjoy in nature. People want to see something different. After the COVID-19, Thailand, from 1st July, we will open the country. This is what the announcement from the health department. We will open the country for no any requirement or any condition. No Thailand pass application registration, no asking about your vaccine. So I think that it will be people increasing. They will hunger for travel. So I presume that service and product need to be provided and in response to the demand. And this is one of them in my opinion. Yoga tracking, when I go there, I went with the Nepalese monk, two of them that there's a monk, and we walk together, and then we practice. During we walk, we practice and we tired, but we have a good fun. We don't feel tired, we enjoying that. And after we walk, we tired, we have a rest, we do meditation, we have some pause, and then after that, we keep walking. And that is the most enjoyable. This one is a study that I've done with the student in Thailand, yoga tourism destination development. The purpose that we have, it's in here, how you develop that. There are three main components that you have to use to apply when you develop. You're talking about core resources and supporting resources, and the most important thing, the role of the stakeholders. The core resources, you're talking about the authentics of the activities, the experience of the instructor, the other activities that you can provide in addition of the yoga tourism, service quality, that is very important. The destination have to be attraction, but have to be based on your geography, reputation of a destination as well. The most important thing for the stakeholder, there are three main things that they found: yoga studio owner or the instructor, the non-profit organization, the government need to support, and also the profit organization, for example, like the accommodation and the restaurant that you need to provide for them. The support of the resources for the yoga tourism is, about the variety of the yoga, promoting yoga destination, some facility, for example, equipment, to support the activities, and maybe different budget of the accommodation from low budget to a higher, and the accessibility. And this is one of the result of the research project. In terms of the healthy food, I proposed about slow food tourism. Many people understand what slow food is, but some people is still very new. One of the projects that my PhD and I be doing now, we're doing destination image to develop slow food tourism. Slow food mean good, clean, fair. Good mean that food have to be tasty and is produced in such a way maximize flavor, connecting to geography and then a culture region. Eat in a season, you know. Clean food is about without chemical and preserve and local, maybe come from local. Fair is mean that produce in socially sustainable way, emphasis on social, and also fair with the farmer, you know, you not take advantage. You know, so many nowadays you go to buy potato from farmer, you put the price like 50 cents per kilo, and then you go to sell in the shopping center about $2 or $3, and that is not the same way. In this low food destination, we want you to go to buy direct from farm, give them a fair price and also a fair wages to the people who are working in the industry as well. And the concept of slow food tourism. Experience development, active aging. This is one of the project that I'm doing. You know, how can you develop activities for the people who 58 and above to have happy life when they travel for wellness tourism? This is some of the model. Wellness tourism and active aging 50 plus motivation. You know, so the first of the study that they found that you're gonna have to, the person of the active aging, that we have goal, you know, what is their goal in their life and what experience they have and what they are interested in the future. And then you have to understand that they said they want to improve their health, you know, they want to have self-fulfillment. I think this is the opinion of the 58 aging. And then the level of their wellness activities, they are separate into 3 levels. They have some passive, you know, they have moderate, and then they're active. So this is a characteristic of the 50 aging tourists related to the wellness. So many people are, you know, because in terms of physical fitness, some of them could not do active, but they can do passive or they can do moderate. So we are, as a service provider, we are as an educator, we need to understand their behavior, and then that we can respond to their they respond to this tourist group, and then they can fulfill their desire. And that is at the end of the day, they can achieve their 4 main attributes, you know, like physical well-being, to prevent disease, maintain the fitness. Mental is cope with stress, life balance, happiness. Social well-being is to be accepted. Social, interact with family, friends, local, you know, and emotional is create positive mood in their life. Sustainable, you know, the study finding of some of my research said, if you will build destination of wellness, it have to be the sustainable, you know, community quality of life well-being. You need to consider about tourism doesn't bring negative impact to local, doesn't bring negative impact to the environment. You have to support culture, wisdom, local and culture, improve individual, adapt invariable of local, you know, consider proper tourism, you know, a wellness tourism destination. And as I mentioned, you know, 4 activities that we need to cover. So that at almost last, overall of whatever we want to develop, it will not be success if we not consider our own health well-being. I believe that before you will give wellness to people, before you will give a wellness to destination, yourself have to be considered that most important thing. In my opinion, sound mind, sound body. Before we develop others people well-being, wellness tourism, we must look after ourselves first. We understand ourselves first, how to make ourselves well-being. Otherwise, we won't understand others, how they need. And that is my recommendation, you know. So the 5 well-being that we need to consider, as mentioned since the earlier, you know, for example here, like well-being, physical, you know, mental. So I have summarized in the model here. Physical well-being mean that activities that is healthy lifestyle and is among the most important aspect for promoting physical fitness, health, and wellness. Mental well-being is referred to the state which allow individual to realize their ability, cope with the normal state of life, work productively, fruitfully, and make contribution to their community. Emotional well-being is referred to emotional quality of an individual in everyday experience. The frequent and intensity and experience of joy, stress, sadness, anger, affection make one life pleasant or unpleasant. It includes that positive, high self-esteem. Social well-being for individual is referred to how people want and like to be accepted, more are concerned for the others, friendly, society, supportive, while others feel afraid to be disconnected from society and wish freedom from the feeling of loneliness. So how can you give hand if you are able to do that? The last one is spiritual well-being is referred to religion or non-religion. This practice being complemented by rich natural environment setting. People need to have spiritual well-being through meditation. Time is silent, session with spiritual director, and walk into whatever activities that related to spiritual, and that is the most important thing. So my final conclusion, about the wellness that I propose, for example, that philosophy of my improvement: love, kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So you need to give that to yourself first. Start from yourself, maybe from today, slowly doing that. I think that you cannot do immediately for those who did not realize, and some of you maybe already started, congratulations. And after that, we put hand in hand together and we will develop together. So in summary, I would say that wellness tourism is very important for post-pandemic. We need to consider about trend and including aging, demographic change, global climate change, environment, and the use of IT. New product and service for health need to be in place. Understand each country has different uniqueness. Bring those things and develop that and provide that for the people who can use to maintain their health while they travel. They travel, enjoy leisure, and go home with health well-being. The activities that I propose, you need to consider sport for health, spa and massage, healthy food, and spiritual retreat. Example case study that I propose: adventure wellness tourism, spiritual tourism, and spa. And also last but not least, sound mind in sound body. All successful lives start from quality of health well-being. And may I finish my talk for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Ans, for very comprehensive presentations, not only the concepts, but also the practical, because you are the doer and also the researcher. Okay, thank you so much. And now let's move to the other session. That is a Q&A. And I have seen in the chat box, there is a questions. Okay, this is from Devia. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, Prof. M, Devita from Tourism Management Semester 4. She has two questions considered to wellness tourism. The first one is, how did Thailand able to adopt the changing concepts into wellness tourism before and after pandemic? And then the second one is, with the new concepts development strategy, how can the community adopt the new strategy that has been set? Is that the community ready to face the new changes that has been determined? Yeah, that's the question from Anne.
Okay, maybe I have a look in the first one. How did Thailand able to adapt the changing concept into wellness tourism before and after? Okay, I think maybe one thing is Thailand, we have advantage, because everyone we well known in terms of spa, and also about the massage. Even I go everywhere, I see I will see, even Australia or in other countries, I will see Thai massage everywhere and spa, so we have that from a long time. As I said, because our local wisdom of massage is our unique activities, and Thailand bring up this uniqueness to be a product to develop. as a destination. As I said, before COVID-19, Thailand have put wellness project or wellness tourism development as a top urgent priority. So why we got the project to funding to develop a spa. In terms of practical, I think that we still also developing that. Honestly, in my experience, I've been living in Thailand and involved with this research. There's still people heading to learning and doing. Some people still don't understand exactly what the wellness tourism. And when I go to talk with entrepreneurs, I talk with the stakeholders and the people who willing to cater wellness tourism, they're still learning. And I'm one of the consultant for the group of the tourist company. They said, from after COVID-19, we want to promote our program as a wellness tourism destination activities, but they don't understand the concept. So what we need to do now that we need to give knowledge to local, as I said from my study, locals still don't understand the concept. So what Thailand try to do now is we promote the local, like TAT try to come up with the idea of a wellness tourism destination, but they're still on the way. We try to get it from local. We try to get community to be part of that. I give you one example of the project that we've been doing last year. They're talking about one sub-district and one university. It means that the researcher from the university will go to be consulting, helping or nursing or like baby sister to the local community, what they want to develop. And one of the village that I was advised, they want to do wellness destination and they want to do the retirement wellness school for the people in their community. We still doing that. And yes, in Thailand, we still on the way. I think perhaps the in my recommendation is a big, massive organization development doesn't work. We need to start from local. We need to start from a small scale, and we need to put that power together, and then we make it happen in a small scale, and then we develop and we expand. And what I see in Thailand now, we come from the top, and then we try to go down, but it takes time. Yeah, I think I'm not sure that I answered that question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's answer for Delphia. And now let's have Mr. Rustam Sumarna. He has a question and he would like to ask directly to you, Prof. N. Please, Mr. Rustam.
Thank you, Ms. Titing. Good afternoon, Prof. N.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your sharing. Very interesting topics, very comprehensive. I'm Rustam, a student of tourism management. I also work for a tour and travel company, specialist in pilgrimage and outbound tour. I would like to ask Prof. N, as we know, some of the millennials' characteristics are bored quickly, want things to be instant, and to focus on their gadgets. Therefore, can we offer wellness tourism to the millennials? What are the tips to approach or propose the offer to them? That's my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Rustam. Please, Prof. M, to answer Rustam's question.
Thank you for the question. This is a good question. I think I have that very insightful answer. One of my students, they are doing a research focused on millennial. And the most important thing, as we know, because nowadays they have used IT. And one of my students, she doing, they call wellness virtual application. Okay, so she now in the final state of doing her PhD. What she do is maybe I can share because there's nowadays people are using smartphone for their in their life, So what can we do was my student, she created the application related to wellness activities. One, for example, she said, well, we have our destination. Let's say we're talking about healthy food. So we have the application and they go and see. And when they see that this is very good for their health, you know, they can order, or they can see all the details. What we have to do is we have to own the website. We have to create that website, and then most of the stakeholders, for example, if I have a restaurant cater healthy food, right? So those people who are always on a smartphone, if they're willing to find something healthy, real healthy, you can create the website, and then you put the content that related to wellness. For example, if I said, if you come to Thailand, if you participate with us in this destination, what the activity do we have? What kind of food do we have? What can you participate and increase your fitness ability? One of my students, he also doing destination smart tourism wellness destination. He doing persuasion model. How can we motivate the people 50 years old? This is a millennial age group. He said that I go to collect data from the participants who are age 50 and below, which is a millennial group. Millennial now is about 25 to 40. Okay, so these people is the person who already been jumped into the wellness, and then we will use a smart. We're gonna develop a smart destination for wellness, and one of the most important thing is using the smartphone and IT, and not only about we provide the information in that website, we have virtual as well. You know, for example, I give you for example. In Thailand, we have the website that now we cannot go to the destination. And then the people sit at home, they feel frustrated, you know, they want to go out and activities, but we use virtual tour, but by using a real scene. We have the elephant farm. And then the stakeholders said, okay, we are open the website. If you are at home, you want your kid to see the elephant. So they actually go to that website, and then we open the real virtual tour, and then the kid can see the real elephant. And then the parents said, okay, we want to buy some sugar cane, we want to buy banana for the elephant, can you feed them? You know, actually the farm owner said, okay, this is your banana, this is your sugar cane, okay, we will feed the elephant on behalf of you. And then they send the money, you know, for something like that. So the wellness tourism can do the same thing. Once we have advertised very attractive, you know, first of all, you have to go to learn about how can we create website more attractive, especially what the content we need to put in, if it's make it related to the wellness, but not just advertise. So I want to be a real wellness content. So and mainly the millennial group is the most important in this current trend. As you mentioned that exactly, millennial is the bring income because they are the early age of working. Some of them already pursue their career. Some of them will start a new family, and they need to have, you know, they enjoy their life after they've been studying for a long time, and then they get the career, they start their family, they need to enjoy, entertain family. So the most important thing that I think that make some use some of IT, but have to be real, but have to understand the concept of wellness. I hope that I can answer your question.
Thank you, Prof. Ann. Hopefully it's answering your question, Pak Rustam.
Thank you, Prof. Ann. Thank you very much.
I'm so sorry, I cannot read all questions, but Prof. Ann, is it possible if I send to you by email the rest question? Okay. And then maybe this from Graciela as the last question. She shared that your presentation is very good. Graciela is also student of tourism management. And her question is, okay, I would like to make the short one. How to make the sustainable health tourism as a top priority so that people can know the importance of this health tourism into a very useful commercial value. Okay, this is from Graciela.
Yeah, I think this is very challenge. very challenged. Everywhere talking about sustainable tourism for years. But the thing is, you need to get a powerful person to agree with you. Start from yourself. And I said, in my opinion, from bottom to top is the most important thing. We will be able to sustain without support. That is not possible. So that we have to start from bottom. The bottom, what I mean is local community, the authority, and about yourself. And the most important thing, we need to have leader. We need to have a good leader, and we need to really actually work, not talking and put it up and okay, bye-bye. I saw that many. And I talked to people who said, to get the top to work, it's clock in the way. There are many policy. You have to eliminate those policy. I mean, the policy, like if you're going to do something, or you have to get permission, you have to get about 3 levels of approval, So in my opinion, give power to local authority. You can go out and do it. Like me, when I'm doing, I don't go to the top, but I get the people in the community. So, like I go to the, in Nepal, and I learned so many of the local community. They are concerned about sustainable and stakeholders, they work together. And I use that pattern to be as a sustainable tourism. Like you have to focus, if you want to do wellness, especially, wellness cannot be success without sustainable. For example, you will use local wisdom of wellness. You will use knowledge of the people who have knowledge about medicine, like how do you know that leaf is killing your stomach ache? How you know that leaf can stop your diarrhea? So if you not support those people, you're not going to be sustained. Sustainable is not only about cut the tree and make the nice environment. It's about culture. It's about local wisdom. It's about spiritual knowledge. It's about to extend the knowledge in the authentic way. So firstly, my answer is you need a good leader. You need to start from local authority. You need to eliminate those permission and those acceptance and those approval or whatever to make it easier and go out and do it. And then you need to be consistent. The most important thing that, the people come, everyone want to do sustainable. When the project finished, when the money finished, it's gone. And this is what I see from my experience. I hope I answered my question.
Thank you so much, Prof. Ann. I'm so sorry, Pak Budi and Sally, your question cannot be read, but don't worry. I would like to send those questions to Prof. Ann by her email. All right. Okay, so from our discussion today, I take some important notes. That the first one, wellness tourism is now well developed in several countries, including in Asia. And then wellness tourism is not only physical well-being, but also involving mental, social, spiritual, and also emotional. And the last one is some kinds of wellness tourism activities have a strong, very relevant and support the sustainable tourism development. Thank you so much, Prof. Ann. Now it's time for the awarding time. Please the team IT to share the e-certificate, and please the head of STE Pari, Professor Dr. Nok Mariani, to deliver the e-certificate.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Ibu Ketua, suaranya belum hidup, Ibu. Masih di-unmute suaranya. Oke.
Bisa ya? Oke, thank you, Prof. Ann. Very interesting, comprehensive, and inspiring because many countries have wellness tourism. This depend on geographical setting, environmental and pilgrim, religion, I think, lifestyle, and local wisdom. This is a local wisdom very many to Indonesia and inspiring to research. I would like to give a certificate of appreciation to Associate Professor and Ashton, Ph.D. from National Institute of Development Administration, Thailand. Thank you very much for sharing experience. I hope we can do collaboration with the other program like is your research interest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's my great honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes,
you,
okay,
for
and it is
inviting
for
me
me.
here.
Thank you
I'm
for the
happy.
committee.
Yeah.
And Prof. Nok Mariani is her expertise in the tourism geography. So I think it will be interesting if both of you having collaboration.
Yeah, we can do something, yeah, internationally.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I would love to do that, and I would love to share all my material if you need anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And behind this big program, actually, Miss Prof. M, there is Wonder Woman, Ibu Novariana. Okay.
Yes.
The head of the committee, please. Ibu
Thank you very much.
Prof.
Thank you very much, Prof. Ashton. Thank you for sharing your knowledge to our students here. So
Thank you so
one day
much.
we can collaborate.
Yeah, sure. I hope that I can go to Indonesia now. So I think I've been giving a lecture for 4 or 5 lectures for the past 3 years. I think I would love to go to Indonesia, and I love to enjoy. Yeah.
So when you
I wait in Bandung.
Hope we can meet then.
I think we will have conference in Bali. I think in September or October, I can't remember. I think we will go there. I think you may be part of that. I think, yeah. I would like to be there in Bali.
Thank you. And committee, please, before we have the close session, can we take picture together with Prof. Ann and also the other participants? Okay, slide 1. Would you mind opening your camera, please? All right. Okay, slide 1. 1, 2, 3. Team IT ready?
Ready.
Okay, now the second slide, please. Because we have 5 slides here. And then the third one. 4th slide. And the 5th slide is the last one. All right, once again, I'm as moderator. Thank you so much for your time, Prof. Ann, Prof. Nok, and also the other committee. We are having, insightful sharing for today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, and see you in the next session. Stay pari, bridging to your best.
Thank you, Prof. Ann.
Thank you for listening. Hopefully, we can join together again soon.
Okay.
Be safe and healthy.